Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, if you remember in the last episode, I went to that really fun little Christmas store up in West, and I got a couple of Christmas tree ornaments I'm going to put in the tree out in the front yard. But I've been thinking, what do I want to do to make them stand out more? Yes, they're cool where they are, the way they are, but they're also be really neat if I could light them up from within. And I've been thinking a lot about that, and I've got some ideas, and I kind of want to run over to Home Depot today and see what I can come up with. The goal here is to come up with some sort of a light source that I can put inside the dome that'll light it up from the inside. And when I first started thinking about how I wanted to do this, I remembered I had these little electric lights that I bought to use in the pool. I never really used them a whole lot, and I used them a little bit on Halloween, and I realized if I put these in here, I can at least kind of, get the idea what it would look like if that was what we were doing. And I mean, that's kind of cool looking, right? So I mean, that kind of makes me think this can be done pretty easily. But the problem with these little pool lights is that they're battery operated. I got to come up with something that I can plug into the wall and make it work. So this is kind of where I'm looking for. I really like to find some little tiny little puck light kind of thing like that plugs into the wall that I could put inside this thing, and that's what we're going to do. And if I can't, I'm going to go other directions. I might just even put just a whole mess of Christmas lights in there, and that will look pretty cool too. Multicolor lights, and it change colors, as people look at it from different angles. So that would be kind of cool too. But I hope I can find something more like this little puck light thing. And there's a couple other things I want to do with these things also. First off, this one was outside for a while and kind of got exposed to the elements, so it's a little dirty. So I want to clean this one off, definitely. I want to put a clear coat on both of them so that hopefully they'll continue to look nice for a long time to come, because I mean, these are kind of cool, and I mean, it's not like they're made out of plastic. That's metal. If I can protect the metal, it should last for a long time. And I'm definitely in favor of that. I also noticed one other thing when I picked one of these up, probably is this one too, is that water had pooled in the bottom of the inside of this thing. So I want to cut a small hole in the bottom of each one of them so that any water that gets in there drains out automatically, because that will happen. And last thing you want to be doing in something that's made of metal like that is exposing it to constant moisture. So I want to try and avoid that at all costs. So we're going to drill a small hole in the bottom to prevent that. Alright, I'm back from Home Depot. This is what I ended up getting. I went through kind of the LED kind of specialty aisle and the lighting aisle, and really couldn't find the thing that I was looking for. There was something that was really, really close. It was a little round night light that you could program to go different colors, but it just was going to be too awkward to go with the plug, because the plug just was sticking out of the back like you'd think of a night light. I considered doing like rope lights, but I didn't think that would give me the effect I would want, and so I ended up going with these faceted multicolor lights. So there's like 5 different colors in there, and I got 2 strings for each of the spheres, so hopefully that'll fill them up real well. There's like this center bar going down the middle of each of these spheres. So actually kind of what I want to do is maybe cable tie the light string to that, and then have it kind of loop around in there. But I don't know, we're going to figure that out as we go along. I also got some clear coat paint so I can cover that thing up and make it look good for years to come. And then I bought a couple of cheap extension cords, because we're going to drill a small hole in the top of it and run power through the shell into the inside to power the light bulb. So I got to do that. So we got everything we need for our project today, so let's start by cleaning these bad boys up. Yeah, these look a lot better now. I basically just took them off the hook, brought them out in the yard, hosed them off real good, kind of went over them with a rag, and then brought them back in here, let them kind of drip dry a little bit, and dried them off a little bit once again with the wet rag, and then followed up with a dry rag. And I think these things are looking pretty good now. We definitely got the dirt off of this one. This one was gross when I got it. So yeah, they look nice and new and shiny right now. So that's what we want. this is the state that we want to capture them in and keep them at. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear coat these like I've done with other projects that go in the yard in the past, and hopefully these will last a long time. All right, I got one good coat of the clear coat on, and we're going to let that dry a little bit. I actually used the whole can on the first one of these, figuring, okay, we'll use the whole can on the second one too, and we'll have two really good solid, hopefully clear coats on these things. And like I said, then that'll make them last a lot longer, and that's what we're going for. All right, so I got two coats of the clear coat on the ornaments now. Now I'm starting to get ready to wire them up. First thing I had to do is get power into the sphere, and so I drilled a small hole in the back of it, ran a cord through it. What I actually am going to do, because I don't want to drill a big enough hole in the top to fit the whole plug through there, I'm going to actually cut the cable off, and I'm going to splice the two parts together, and we'll make it waterproof in there, and that'll allow me to build the thing without having to make that massive a hole to feed the cable through. So I'm going to do that on both of these, and I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. All right, I got the electrical harness set up now for the whole thing. So I got the plug here on top, goes through this little hole here. I spliced together this thing on the inside there, and now I can just plug whatever I want into there. Plug that into the outlet, and this is just the world's shortest little extension cord. I'm going to put some sort of a strain relief around here, maybe hot glue or something like that, to keep that edge from cutting into the wire, which could happen eventually. However, it shouldn't be that big of an issue because I've got the cable itself strapped to the ring here. So there shouldn't be a lot of movement here. So I'm still going to put like a little hot glue gun or something on there just to make sure we don't do any damage here. But we're getting pretty close on this. I think the only thing I got to do now is wrap up the wiring inside and make that look good, and then I think we'll be done here. I don't know, the camera's really doing justice to this, but this actually looks pretty cool. You can kind of see the individual lights in there, and it kind of lights up the inside of the sphere, which looks kind of fun. So, I don't know, I think this turned out all right. We'll see what it looks like out in the yard right now, but, that's basically what we got right there. Got those little lights in there, and they do their thing. Light up the inside of them. Same with this one over here. Obviously, it'll be a little nicer with the cords when we get it finished off, because, I got the cords kind of cable tied to the top of the ring there on each of them. So all I got to do is just grab an extension cord and go up the top of the tree and whatever, and this thing will be ready to go. So it will look much nicer when it gets out in the yard, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this looks, because I'm starting to get more and more things in the trees, and I don't know, I always thought those people would treat big massive trees in their front yard and they put giant Christmas tree ornaments on them. I always thought those were kind of cool, so I've been kind of working in that way for a few years. So this is the latest edition. I think this will look cool out there. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.